Hello, CS 112 students, programming with JavaScript. There is an error. Many of you have been reporting to me that when you try to run your VS Code, I mean your HTML file through the VS Code IDE, many of you are experiencing some localhost 8080 errors, like as if it is your application is trying to access, or your application is trying to be displayed through localhost 8080. This is a configuration mistake. Actually, if you go to the VS Code folder under your project, and you find some launch.json file, then please delete that file. That is creating confusion, because if you have, for example, in my case, .vscode folder does not contain anything, and now if I go to uh, this run and debug, this triangular area to your left, to the left pane of your VS Code window, if I click it, I see this one, and then if I try to run and debug, I should get this page displayed, because it is being displayed right from the index.html, I mean right from the root of your folder. But if for some reason your I mean for some reason you have a customized launch.json file, and if you customize it to do with, for some reason it becomes like that, and you will see that there is a server localhost written here. So in that case, for some reason, if it happens, you will find that under your VS Code there is a launch.json file. You don't need that file for running any code as a part of this course. So for you, you should for you to be running the code without any problem, you should go to launch.json and just delete this one this way, and you should be fine. And do not attempt to run your email list.js file or any JavaScript file, because JavaScript by itself cannot run as cannot be displayed as an HTML. You know, JavaScript and HTML are two different things. You can add a JavaScript to your HTML file. So keep the things that way only. So you should be attempting to display HTML file on your web browser. Now inside your HTML file, you are linking some JavaScript. There is a possibility, and the JavaScript files will be executed that way, not the other way. You cannot execute a JavaScript file by itself. So that could be an error you may be doing when you are trying to display. For example, if you want to do that, and then if you want to do like web page, then you will end up with this type of configuration. You see, if you have tried to display a JavaScript file through your run and debug configuration on your VS Code, you may end up creating this launch.json file, which will require you to deploy your application to the local host. And in that case, if you try to run your HTML file, you will get an error. See here, if I try to run without debugging, then you will be getting this error, that you cannot reach the site, because in fact there is no server running behind the scene. So for you to solve that problem, go to your project, expand the .vscode folder, locate launch.json, simply delete this one. simply delete this launch.json in this way. So delete it, move to recycle bin, you should be fine. Now select index.html and then go to run debug, this tab. You click on the left hand side this triangular run and debug symbol, click on this link, and here you go. You should be able to show your web page. So that's about it. One more thing, another, I mean, some of you asked that when you are trying to do the debugging, let's say, I mean, you go to the uh, more tools and you go to developer tools, so you get to the console. But yes, I mean, if there is no error, you should not see any error here. So for completing the assignment, it is enough if you could display the developer window and display a screenshot just like here I am showing here. Go to console, go to element, show a screenshot like that, go to console. You don't need to have any error. If you are writing your code correctly, you should not have any error. If you do not write your code correctly, you may get an error. So in console, if it is blank, it's good. Just take a screenshot. Go to sources, take a screenshot. Go to network, take a screenshot. So just go over different tabs, just these 4 different tabs, and take a screenshot for each of them. That should satisfy what is required for your assignment. Okay, hope that it helps. Let me know if you have more questions.